Here's your mic, sir. All right, we're here with a young man here. It is 8/26/2015 on Aurora campus. What are your views on Islamophobia?
I think it is over-exaggerated.
Okay.
There are extremes to which people view Islam,
Okay.
and those extremes are not tolerated in the Islamic community.
Okay.
We view Islam as like a peace-loving religion, which if you aren't practicing it correctly, if you are practicing it entirely to its content, you aren't doing it right. Like, people who say jihad is still alive, it's not. You have to
Crusaders are still alive, aren't they? Christian Crusaders? Yes or
Yes,
no?
but
Yeah, see?
it was only justified only back in the old days where Islam actually had to fight for its religion, where it was being taken over and being actually forced to convert.
Yes, sir.
That's why jihad existed. So if you take into that account, it doesn't apply to today's time where no one's forcing something on you to like change your religion or change your views.
Do you believe in freedom of religion?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you think America supports Christianity a little too much? A lot too much?
It's a majority of people believe in Christianity, yes, which I don't mind, but I don't think the government really supports Christianity.
Okay.
Because today's time, people are more liberal. They move forward. They progress. They have open minds and believe different things. And that's all I have.
Okay. You don't have to tell me your religion, sir, but do you believe or at least accept a wide range of religions?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no
all
problem.
right. Thanks for your time. My name is Alan. Would you like a business card?
No, thank you.
Okay, have a great day. I'll be around. Hello, we are here with a young lady, and she is here to talk about Islamophobia. What are your views, ma'am?
Well, basically, I believe that a lot of people get their views from media, and like they see like these hateful comments about Islam and stuff, and they think that's the real Islam, and they don't know like the true values and like the morals of Islam. And I just think it's kind of crazy that people actually trust media about their views on Islam.
Thank you for speaking up.
No problem.
Okay. And have you ever been in a all-white suburb, all-white community?
Actually, I live in a white suburb area.
It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here, I'll let you see my eyes.
Yeah, it is. Really tough. I mean, it's really different, but like my neighbors are nice. Some are friendly.
Okay, thank you. Thank God.
Yeah. But like there's just some people who don't understand, especially around the campus. They just look at you different, and on the light rail as well. I mean, I don't think I'm different from anybody else who's out there. I just have a headscarf on, and like I just believe in a different religion than you do. I mean, I'm not different. I'm just a teenage girl too.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Get to class, get those A's, change the world. All right, we are here with a young man here, and I don't know, I guess we were just talking about Islamophobia and how U.S. Middle East relationships have led to the fear of Muslims and Islam and Pakistan.
And all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Actually,
Are you actually afraid of somebody with a headdress on, or are they just another person to you?
no, at all.
Yeah, see?
No, at all. You know, I think when you talk about the U.S., I think what leads the U.S. or what make American population believe that people from Middle East or any covered they are terrorists or you know they get fear from them is actually media.
Media,
and number
yes,
one
I
is the
agree.
media.
Yes, sir.
Because like the American media, it's just like you know, whenever you talk, they're gonna say like whenever you watch something has to do with the Middle East, it's a terrorist. Exactly.
Every time.
That's pretty much what it is. And if your name is Muhammad, it's obviously yeah. If you're basically if you're, let's put it this way, if you are from Middle East, you are a target to be You know what I'm saying?
Searched and
exactly,
everything.
searched, and which is, I mean, really sad. But
Yeah.
and yeah,
I mean,
and he was actually incident.
the cops, TSA, they pick on us all the time, don't they?
Exactly, yeah. And it was actually incident on. I'm sure you remember the guy who shot.
Was it over the?
Church? No, I'm talking about the guy in church in North Carolina.
Oh, the Charleston church shooting. Yeah.
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 That guy did describe him as psycho and he's sick, right? This is what the media says, correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember the guy who shot military?
Oh yeah. Nadir something.
Well, something like that. That guy did describe him as terrorist. So here's the thing.
He was a colonel or something. He was high ranked and a
Exactly.
psychologist. He heard too much.
Exactly.
War.
That's what I'm saying. That's how the description of the media to that guy, and because he's from Middle East, that describe him as a terrorist. However, when it comes to the Charleston and to the North Carolina case, that guy is a psycho. Even though he killed or whatever, he didn't describe him as a terrorist. And to me, it's both ways. It's killing. You know what I'm saying? So I think, to me, the media, it's just, you know, the media. I think
They
is the reason
always focus on. Oh, he was a Muslim. Skin color. Look at his hair.
color,
And then they go on. They never include the stuff like, oh, he was a psychologist and he saw 100 veterans,
exactly.
like crazy. I mean, thank God for our servicemen, but you know, some stuff goes on in war.
Of course, yeah. I mean, to think that I am not defending him. I know he was wrong. He was whatever they describe him, he deserved it. But my question, whether anything related to the Middle East, the media describe that as a terrorist. However, anything related to here or any other culture, not terrorist. Maybe sick, maybe. So to me, the reason behind all of this Islamophobia is the media.
Yes,
Number
sir.
one.
Oh yeah.
The media, you know?
I mean, you're obviously not afraid.
No, at all. I'm not afraid from anyone at all. And, you know, the campus here, it's, you know, full of a lot of different culture, different people, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna afraid from people who's wearing undercover, covering their head. Like, I got a friend, they're wearing that stuff. I mean, you know?
They're always soft-spoken,
Of course,
well-spoken.
yeah. Right,
They learn
right.
English from a young age.
Ages, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, that's all.
Do you have to go to class or anything?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Thank you for your time, sir. Would you like a business card? Hey now, we've had some people speak up for Islam and the Middle East and Muslims, which is very good. You never hear these opinions on mainstream media because it doesn't feed into the whole Allah, boom, boom, boom BS that they like to broadcast. So that's it for now. Hopefully we get more interviews, more people to come up and voice their opinion, but we shall see. This is an anonymous interview, no name.
Sounds good.
No personal details, no race, none of that. So, do you think police see black and white, or do they just see blue, meaning the color of uniforms? Is that an interesting way to look at it?
Could you expand on the question a bit more?
A white officer pulls over a white man and treats him the same as a black man because he does not see white or black, but just blue uniforms and black uniforms.
That makes sense. It of course varies from case to case and officer to officer, but usually there is a bit of discourse in the nation in regards to how police see those who they are quote unquote protecting.
Okay. So have you noticed that they've begun to remove protect and serve off the police cruisers? Have you noticed that little detail?
I've not.
Isn't that weird?
That is. I will follow up. I will of course follow up on looking at that. I no offense, but I won't just go off of your word. But that does sound
In the
Crazy.
Transformers movie, it was to enslave and detain. I don't know. Transformers,
I didn't watch the movie personally, but
Yeah,
I
it's
believe the
whatever.
crazy shenanigans they throw in there.
Yeah. So, how's your day going? Let's just shoot the breeze.
Pretty good so far. I had my first day back since Sunday. There were some incidents, but pretty straightforward with class and missed too much. First few weeks, no problems.
Yeah. Never any problems. Ashley, Taylor, and that one dude with the Avengers shirt still there in your psych group.
Avengers shirt. Ashley Taylor. Last time I was there, which was last Thursday, I did not see them. I think everyone sat in different spots. Srias. I
remember him.
He was there. We are in the same the same programming class right before on Thursdays, and
Cool.
commuted
Homies.
over together. Yeah.
Homies. Good to know. Do you have to get to class, or where are you going?
I'm just going to the library. Which building is the library?
Right here.
That one? Yeah, I'm
Here.
just going to be checking out a book my girlfriend requested.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Shelby. Thank you for your time.
Oh,
Sorry for saying your name. It's whatever.
you can
Probably.
edit it out.
All right.
What overall is this? Just kind of speaking skills, fan, criticize, relax. What's
Yeah.
is this just something you're doing, or like is
Just
this
me.
hosted by something on campus?
Just me.
Nice. That's a really good thing to go out on your own initiative.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Can I get your permission to use your first name so I don't have to edit it out?
Oh,
please?
it's no problem at all. My name
Okay.
is Joby Bevan. Real name Joseph William Bevan. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I'm sure nobody's listening yet.
We'll see.
If we get too popular, I'll start deleting stuff. Start, hacking NSA servers. All right,
Make
Toby.
yourself known.
All right. Once
See
again.
you again.
Yeah.
Good luck. This is really neat.
Ask the librarians. They'll help you out. Peace. All right. Trying to get this to stop, but just had a conversation with my man Joby. We met in class, but then I found out I didn't need the class, so dropped it. But it's cool. I'll see him around. It's all good. Small world, small campus. Big minds, big minds. So we'll keep on going on with discussion. I think I'll wrap it up for today. It's been a good several interviews. Apparently you have to get vocal in order to get anybody to come talk to you, but definitely need to just talk to people, call out to them, get some views. We are here with a young man to talk about immigration and Islamophobia. Good sir, you can start with whatever topic you'd like.
All right. Well, with immigration, did you just say my regular thoughts about it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm actually an undocumented immigrant. I came here when I was 9. I'm currently 21. I've been here for about 13 years. And
Thank you. Thank God.
and you know what? To the shock of a lot of people, I feel like Democrats get it wrong. I feel like they pander to a lot of like illegal immigrants just to get people to vote for. I mean, to get the family members to vote for each other. What you hear is often that illegal immigrants are the best types of people. I totally forgot about
Sorry, it's cool.
that. I wonder if you got that.
So my homie here has been here for 13 years, and
13?
he believes that the Democratic
Democrats.
Party is pandering.
Pandering to just Hispanics in general. They basically, their argument goes like this: we should have illegal immigrants are like the best types of people, and everybody who disagrees, our backbone, or what's called everyone who disagrees, they must be racist. That's why like they hate immigrants, and that's not true. If you actually looked at Mexican culture, like Hispanic culture, unfortunately, we have like a culture of violence. We have a culture that it's not very.
I don't think Mexico has a culture of violence, just the drug cartels. Would you agree or disagree?
I would actually disagree with that. If you actually, I don't have like as much experience with with like Mexican culture as as my family does, because like they came here when I was a little older, so they spent much longer. But even at the age of 9, I was robbed in Mexico, and like I lived in the state of Mexico. No, not at 9. Like I was like 7. Sorry. And then like my brother would like get like into fights. So it's not just cartels. Like just in general, like we are taught as like Mexicans. I can't speak for other Hispanics. We're taught as Mexicans to stick to with each other, with the family, and we're good with family members and stuff. But besides that, we kind of say screw everyone else, and like we don't really care. I feel like our culture doesn't really care about other people outside our family. Unfortunately.
Okay. So a British prime minister or something once said that there is no society, there is no community, there are only individuals and their families. Does that sound about right?
For the most part, but I think communities are very important. There has to be a difference. There's definitely a difference between the governmental communities. Just because you're from Mexico doesn't mean like you're from the same community. I think social institutions are very important to like society in general. There's a book which it's called The Righteous Mind. I forgot the author, which argues that social capital is the greatest thing like for society. Social capital is basically the idea that just because you're we have bonds that tie us together. You are more likely to trust somebody who speaks your own language than somebody who speaks French, because you don't know how to speak French when you speak French. And that's basically social capital. The reason we do not like kill each other is because we have social institutions. And I feel like there's a lot of people who say like, oh, like abolish the church or abolish like all these social institutions, because they
can't do that.
Well, a lot of people say this, and they say like, oh, like church is just there to divide us. I feel like without the church and like the several different religions, like the 3 Abrahamic religions, which is the Jewish religion, the Christian religion, and the Muslim religion, I feel we would be even more divided if we didn't have these types of institutions in place.
Okay. Are you aware of your rights on deportation, like how there's a 10 to 20 year backlog of cases to deport illegals?
Yeah,
whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, I don't. I'll say like first your answer, and then I'll say my thoughts on the word illegal. As far as that, like I was almost going to be deported once. I was let go because they didn't really care.
ICE.
What?
ICE or
yeah, ICE. I'm from California, so
yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really. I didn't get deported because they didn't really care. Like everybody was just being let go, like one after the other. They weren't deporting anyone.
I mean, you have a right to. Excuse me. You have a right to a fair trial.
Yeah.
Attorney. And a waiting period, and all that good stuff.
All that good stuff, which I think is a great American like value, which I wish we had in Mexico. We do, but we don't because it's not enforced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know my rights. Like, but I was let go within like a couple hours because they didn't really care. Like, all right, just get out of here.
Would you avoid Arizona?
No, I actually drove past Arizona. I think Arizona's a great state. I mean, there's definitely their immigration.
Man, you got guts going through Arizona. Dang, I stay away.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'd like to say something about the word illegal.
Okay.
I think it doesn't matter. It's a word. Nobody's calling a person illegal. No one's calling a person illegal. They're only calling the status illegal. And I think it is when somebody calls like someone an illegal immigrant, the word illegal is the word that fixes the word immigrant. Like there are people who are immigrants, and the word illegal is only amending or classifying the word immigrant. And a lot of people take it as, oh, people are not illegal, they're just like people, no one is illegal. And that's just a talking point to make anyone who is against legal immigration to seem like they're uncaring of people and they just like want to demonize them. So I feel like, and above that, the word illegal doesn't even matter. I mean, if we could argue a lot about like the word and the syntax of all these things, but who cares? It doesn't fix any problems. Yet I feel like a lot of liberals adopt this word and like this talking point in order to, again, get Republicans to get them to be mean. It doesn't matter. Undocumented, illegal immigrant. It's words.
It's just words. Okay.
It's just words.
Okay. Would you consider yourself a Mexican American or American Mexican?
an American Mexican. I was raised in America.
See, but white people, white Americans, will never. They control the political, wording. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, slaves came here on the Mayflower from Africa and have been here as long as Caucasians. But for whatever reason, the whites insist on calling them African American.
Yeah.
But we never call them Caucasian American or European American. No.
Yeah, and I think that's even gets more ridiculous from people who happen to be black and are not even from Africa. For example, who are natives to Jamaica and they come here. They're not African American. They would be Jamaican American.
Way different culture.
But besides that, I consider myself an American Mexican, mostly because I was raised in America and I love this country much more. And I have my loyalty resides with America, not with Mexico. I've tried to join the military quite a few times. But they don't let me.
It's cool.
But yeah, although technically speaking, I know even though I consider myself an American before Mexican, I'm still a Mexican national, and I'm still Mexican technically before American.
Oh, I just remembered. Mexico is now charging U.S. citizens $25 to stay for less than 7 days. What are your thoughts on that? This comes after the Donald J. Trump threats to build a wall. So now you need a visa to go from U.S. to MS.
Yeah, it's like a little fee and stuff. It's really not a bother. I mean, to me, I'm like a libertarian type of guy.
Okay.
I mean, I don't believe in borders in general and stuff. Although I do believe that if a country needs to secure its borders, see who's in and out. So I don't like tariffs on goods, and so this is just a tariff on immigration and people. So I don't really support it their thing, but it's not mostly because but they do have the right to do it,
Okay.
Just like if America wanted to establish a fee, which I think they do, they can do it.
Okay. Do you have classes after this, or how's your schedule looking?
No, I'm actually not from here. I study over at a Harvard Extension School.
Harvard?
Harvard Extension, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
I was thinking about the hat. All right.
Yeah.
Do you have time for Islamophobia?
Sure.
All right. Do you know any friends that wear the headdress?
Not specifically that wear the headdress, but I do have quite a few friends who are Muslim. Two come to mind, specific. I'm not gonna name by name.
Okay.
But yeah, one of them is my boss.
Cool.
Well, not my boss,
Love
but he's
it.
above me in my company. And then the other one, he's just a really good friend I met not long ago.
Okay.
So yeah.
What was I going to say? Do you think the mass media improperly portrays the Muslim religion, Islam, in Pakistan?
No, but I think much more likely the media interprets people who try to criticize radical Islam as hating of all Islams, just similar to the other argument that they try to criticize people who are against legal immigration are just uncaring of immigrants in general. For example, I forgot there was this guy. I don't want to name him by name because I don't remember. He tweeted something. He's a football player, I believe, or he's an athlete from ESPN, right?
Okay, cool.
He tweeted something along the lines of all of Germany was only about 7% Nazi, and about all of Islam is about 10% radical Islam. And basically his point was to say that you don't need to have a majority of people in order to cause damage. He wasn't really criticizing Muslims as a whole.
That's interesting.
He wasn't criticizing Muslims as a whole. He was just saying that you only need a small committed force to be able to cause damage. And if you want to make the connection, they're completely different ideologically. But even the American founding fathers, we had 3% of people actually fighting, and we won the revolution. So that was basically his argument. Yet he was ESPN they suspended him, I believe. And,
for what?
Yeah, for
his views.
For his views, and they said that not all Muslims are bad, basically. And it's well, yeah, he never said that. You were just being politically correct about it. So a lot of times when you criticize radical Islam, people like think that you're criticizing Islam as a whole when you're not. And I feel like that happens like way too often.
Do you think that America should probably stop these detention facilities where you group the non-extremists, the regular civilians, and then the extremists together, because then they all become extreme? Is that a bad policy, like Guantanamo Bay?
I feel mixed about my Guantanamo Bay, because like when like a few years ago, like I was completely against it and stuff. And I still believe, to an extent, that like terrorists should be given like their trial, because like we'd win like easy. But then it becomes a problem of national security, because if we just put them in jail, like we're ready to go to jail, because they're going to be guilty. Like, you know, no one in Guantanamo Bay like has been like an innocent. No one's ever claimed that.
They're not indicted, so they're in that legal gray zone.
Yeah, they're like legal gray zone. But you know, the problem is then how do you get information? I'm against torture, but how do you get information? So
that's a good question.
I'm still like very iffy about it. I don't have like much of like a comment besides that.
Is it better to spy on everybody?
I would think so. I think.
Okay, cool.
I think.
Thank you for not being politically correct and just voicing your opinion.
No, what's it called? I wouldn't mind if, like, I'd actually think it was a good idea to, like, monitor, like, mosques that, like, the FBI has, like, a lead to think, like, hey, like, they might be extremists here. I'm not saying, like, all Muslims are bad, but, like, if there was, like, a Christian, like, a bunch of Christian groups, like, we would probably spy them if they tried, like, committing, what's it called, like, acts of terror, right? We would, because that's what they're using as their ideology. It doesn't mean that like all Muslims are bad. It just means that they're like Muslims happen to use, a lot of people happen to use Muslim or Islam as like a basis for an excuse for their religion. Therefore, we should like look at all people who are looking at Islam kind of that and see if like they might like interpret it like in a way to cause violence. You know?
Okay.
I'm not really worried about what like whether Islam is a religion of peace or not. I'm worried about whether like people think it is and are willing to use that against like people. Like as acts of terrorism.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Cool.
I'm about to run, so...